Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Lunch and Debates. I'm your co-host, Dibo, and my other two co-hosts, Matt and Owen.
What's up?
Pleasure to be back. Pleasure to be back.
Like
Sir.
always.
Yes, sir. We back for another week, man.
Joined by our very special guest, Wanny.
Big
Common
Wanny.
guest in the show, but always special to have him on.
Wanny. Wanny only. Never
Big
Lanny.
Lanny in the building, man. Big Lanny.
Never Lanny.
Well, we'll see about that.
It's never Lanny. What are you talking about?
Was a Lakers fan talking about never Lanny.
Oh my God.
That's
Dude, we were
crazy.
just talking about this, bro.
Ooh, we got
Nuggets real
Nuggets.
estate, man.
We got
Crazy.
Nuggets first Lakers smoke already, man. Like, oh, this is good. This is good right here.
I smell 4-0.
Ooh.
I would not take that if I was you, Danny. I would not take that, man. Speaking of the Nuggets championship run, how was the parade?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, did none of y'all go?
I wasn't
did.
there.
Oh,
No,
no,
I
Matt,
was at work.
you were at school, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that shit was a blast, dude. It was crazy. There were, like, way more people than the Avalanche parade a year ago. And it was a totally different crowd. There's a lot more marijuana than beer. But, you know, it was a fun time.
Was it also more racially diverse than the
Oh,
Avalanche?
for sure. For sure. No, it was fun, though. It was a lot of fun.
No, I saw, dude, I was in class, but I remember, because we get, 10, 15-minute breaks, every hour or so. And I remember I, hopped on my phone, and literally everybody was at the parade. I'm like, God damn, I did not remember this for the Avalanche.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was way more people.
Yeah.
But
It looked packed, too. I saw, all the pictures and stuff. It looked like
it was packed to the brim, dude.
That's cool. Who did you go with? Who did you end up going with?
I went with my brother in Austin.
Okay.
Then
That's what's up. Austin, debut guest last time. Did a very good job.
Sure enough, dude. Sure enough.
Very, very good guests. Great opinions. We hope to have them come on another show sometime. So
yeah, you hear that, Austin? I know you're probably not listening to this, but that's all right.
Fake fan.
Oh,
Fake
happy
fan.
belated birthday to Simba. Nobody wished him a happy birthday yesterday.
Wow! Shout out Simba.
nobody knows about your dog. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, who?
L-Mans. Everybody knows Simba.
Hey, I will say, Simba's a very good dog name.
Real.
Yeah.
Simba's a very good dog name.
I wonder where he got that from. That's crazy.
Well, everybody knows where he got that from.
Yeah, I made it up.
He said, I mean,
That's hence the name Wanny.
Exactly.
I do want to ask. Actually, hold on. Before we get into it, I'm upset with each and every one of you yesterday.
Why?
Because yesterday was a very important day, very big holiday, and none of you texted me Happy Father's Day.
This man legit stole my. I sent them that early in the morning.
You were the one who sent that to the chat.
Yesterday morning.
That's
I was at work.
I got that text from 4 different people yesterday.
That's such a bad joke too.
But I mean,
shut up, son.
Happy Father's Day, Wanny.
Appreciate it, gang.
Of course. Do y'all have a good Father's Day though? As the kids?
Yeah. Nah, my brother got sick. We were gonna go to dinner, but we ended up just chilling.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We'll have to reschedule a rain check.
Yeah, it was gonna be like a little birthday kind of Father's Day collab, but it didn't work out.
Fair. What about you, Dibo?
Yeah. So me and the fam, yesterday we went to Bonefish Grill for dinner. So we talked a little bit, had some laughs, had some fun. As a family. You know what I'm saying? So it was typical family stuff.
We like that.
I'm not mad.
Always like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's good. What do you get from Bonefish Grill? That's my place. You know that.
That's true. Of course, we had to get the bang bang shrimp. Of course.
I know you like that.
Mad gas.
That bang bang shrimp.
But for my meal, I went with the fish and chips.
Oh, that's a valid choice.
Yeah, I mess with fish and chips heavy, but
oh my god, huge W.
Right, bro, with the tartar sauce too.
Oh
But
my god.
yo, chill. Let me finish, yo. Let me finish.
It's
But
gas, bro.
fish and chips.
Bro's like take off right now.
But the fish and chips I got personally, they was kind of mid, man. It was kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I've never tried fish and chips in my life.
Oh,
Do not go to Bonefish Grill for fish and chips. All right, noted.
no, yeah,
Hey,
don't do that.
I've
But
had their salmon is good though. I've messed with their salmon.
Where is this place even at, bro? I've never been. I've never even heard of it.
It's right by Cherry Creek High School.
so in like the Greenwood Village area, DTC.
Never heard of it.
That's crazy.
You know where Creek is, Danny?
Well, yeah.
You know where that King Supers is, like literally across the street from it?
Mm-hmm.
It's in that shopping center.
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe one day Dibo will treat his good old man to a meal there.
Hey, it's not ridiculous. It's not ridiculous.
Someday. Yeah, someday.
Danny, you don't take me as the type that would like seafood though.
No, I love salmon. That's really salmon. I'm a big fan of. It's really the only fish I've had. I mean, I've had shrimp. It's all right. What else have I had? I had octopus one time. It was like fried octopus.
Oh, that's
Isn't
like
that
gas.
It was horrible.
that's
Yeah,
calamari
I didn't
squid.
know it was
Oh,
octopus
right.
until after I tried it, and I didn't like it when I tried it, and I didn't like it even more when I found out it was octopus. So
Oh, that's a horrible food. I'm not.
Have you ever had alligator?
Oh, bro, it's
what the
gas.
hell are you?
Alligator's good. It literally
Alligators.
tastes like chicken.
How the
Alligator.
hell are we eating alligator?
Why we
bro?
eating
How do you
alligator?
even catch one? How do you just?
Oh,
Bro,
What
it's
part of
gas,
the
bro.
gator is
That's
it?
not my problem. If I see it on a menu, that
What
I don't
part
I'm
of the
ordering
gator
it.
is it? What part
I'm
of the
ordering alligator
is
if it's on the
it?
menu.
Is it like the head? Is it where is it from? Like on the body of the alligator, where is it from?
The body.
what part of the body?
Bro, hold
Like
on, hold
the
on.
stomach
What
or
animal
something?
have you ever eaten at a restaurant that's been the head, Danny?
No, I mean, because you can't get like the
Crab.
back. You can't. Well, yeah, crab. You just eat the whole thing.
You don't eat the crab's head though.
Yeah, you do. The fuck?
You like can suck it out, but you don't eat it.
Whoa.
Pause, bro. Grown man.
Chill.
Grown man.
Let him
I'm good.
talk.
I'm good.
Let him talk.
Yeah, enjoy your month, man. Bro, living it up this month. It's crazy.
Time out.
It says the best part of the alligator to eat is the inner tail.
Oh,
The inner
Inner
tail?
tail?
Yeah,
I'm not doing
that's
all
that's
that, bro.
according to Google.
Oh yeah, Google's
Shout out
never lied
Google.
about anything before.
Never.
no. Yeah. All right. That out the way. Little fun talk. Do we want to get into the episode for today?
Think we
Let's get
shall.
into
Sure.
You're not the New Yorker, man.
The Aki way.
the Aki way.
Bro. All right, so let's get into our first major segment for today's episode, and that is the Bradley Beal trade, of course. As I'm reading this right now, Bradley Beal to the Phoenix Suns in exchange for CP3, Landry Shamet, multiple second round picks with a pick swap. Also with the Wizards, they send Jordan Goodwin and Isaiah Todd to Phoenix as well. So, with that being said, how you feel about this, and who won the trade?
Owen, I'm gonna let you go first. You probably are the closest thing to a Phoenix Suns fan here, just because they got your favorite player. So we're gonna let you go first on this one.
Yeah. So I'll say I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'll have y'all answer this. What was the biggest problem with the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs?
Their depth.
Yeah, they had
Depth and defense.
They had UPS drivers on their bench.
Okay. And by trading Bradley Beal, do they still have those players on the bench?
No.
Well, actually, they got rid of one.
They got rid of some. So what's the deal here? I don't think you're going anywhere or anywhere different, at least, than what you went last season. Unless Frank Vogel comes in and finds out some way to work three superstars in together. I don't know if that's going to happen because he kind of already failed with that.
For me, I was a little iffy on this. I did say in the group chat, like, I thought what they gave up for Bradley Beal, like to get a player as talented as Bradley Beal and to only give up Chris Paul, who let's be honest, they looked better in the playoffs without Chris Paul and Landry Shamet. I thought the package that they gave up was good for the caliber of player they got, but it's kind of like what you said. Like they just still have so much question marks in depth. And the thing that is even more glaring is like Kevin Durant has had numerous injuries the past couple seasons. Bradley Beal missed almost 50% of the season last year. And it's like now you combine those two players and you're going to have less depth than last year. And you're going to expect what result?
I agree.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's yeah.
you
That's
can.
the
I think you guys both just like hit it on like the nail because it's like basically what the Suns did. They it's a very low risk investment. I mean, they gave up basically nothing to get what I think everybody would say is a top 30 player in the NBA right now. But he's basically just like dark skinned Devin Booker. He doesn't really add anything else other than scoring to your team. Winners, I'm not sure, but I do know a big loser. A big loser in this trade has to be Chris Paul's daughter.
Oh no, come on,
bro! She's about to get bullied tomorrow. I swear. No, because maybe they have today off because it's technically a holiday. But maybe if they didn't, I know she got bullied like crazy.
Bro, it's summer. Nobody got school.
Oh, man, you can cyberbully. So maybe she's probably getting cyberbullied right now. I know that boy, that the winner is that boy that was bullying his daughter. That boy is a winner because Chris Paul now he's never getting a championship for sure. But if you look at it, the Suns like they're tied to Booker, Durant, and Beal for like the next 4 years.
And Aiden. Don't forget about Aiden.
So like I said, yeah, they're attached to Beal, Booker, and Durant, all the important players, I'll say. Ayton, they're going to end up trading him, and they're going to get, like, I was looking at a package earlier this morning with Dibo that they could do. They could do, like, Miles Turner and TJ McConnell. I mean, you got to try it at least, man. You got.
I don't know. I don't think Pacers are accepting that, though.
Nah, like Ayton and a couple, like, picks. Like, a second or something like that. A few seconds.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. What I really wish they did was I wish that they traded Chris Paul and Ayton and got like 3 to 4 good rotational pieces.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
That would have been ideal. That would have been ideal because I think, especially right now in the league, what we're seeing is like literally if we go back to Kevin Durant's previous team, the Brooklyn Nets, when they had Kyrie and KD as the 2 stars, and then they had Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench, they had Jared Allen starting, Claxton was coming off the bench. Right. That was a very good, well-balanced team, and it was because they had the star caliber to take them over the top, but they also had the role players to do it when Kyrie has his question marks and KD is hurt, and sometimes they just need load management. And it's like, but when they traded all that to get James Harden, that's when we kind of saw the dysfunctionality of the Brooklyn Nets appear. And I'm scared that that's going to be the same thing in Phoenix.
And Owen, you brought up Frank Vogel, the Laker fan.
Yeah, I did.
I love Frank Vogel. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a good man. I think he's a good coach. But Frank Vogel is a guy whose team has to play defense, and that roster is not built to play any type of defense at all.
You got KD, one of your best defenders.
And how old is KD now, too? Like, what?
He's like 35.
36.
Bro.
He's not 36. No. He's like 35.
Yeah.
I got you. Kevin Durant is 34.
Yeah, I mean, but still, he's not a good defender.
He turns 35 before the season starts.
Kevin Durant's a good defender, I would say.
No, Kevin Durant is. Well, he's underrated.
If he's your number one defender,
he's not good if he's your number one, but Kevin Durant's a plus defender on the court.
Yeah.
And then you got Bradley Beal, not known for being a defender at all in his career. Devin Booker, you guys Matt, you keep trying to say that he's
a good defender. I keep saying that.
I want to see he's good at playing defense.
I'm not letting game 1 and game 2 judge my mind of the first round. I'm not letting that change my mind.
He gives effort. I'll give him that. He gives effort for superstar standards, but no, he's not.
Always guards the opponent's best perimeter player too.
Well, like borderline superstar. I think it's superstar.
Hey, man, like Jeff Van Gundy said, he ain't got that defensive bag.
No way you said Jeff Van Gundy.
No, Van Gundy.
Dumpy?
No, Gundy.
Back to Ayton, though. I think they give Ayton till the trade deadline.
Hell no.
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 I don't know. I do think that there's a chance that Frank Vogel could like revitalize him. I thought the comments that we posted like Frank Vogel talking about Aiden. I think that's kind of what Aiden needs right now, especially coming off like his relationship with Bonnie Williams. So I personally, I think, I don't know. I think he'll have like maybe a couple months, maybe till the trade deadline, and then because let's be honest, the Phoenix Suns and Matt Ishbia are a desperate team. They're trying to win now, and if they're seeing that Aiden isn't contributing to that, they'll move him pretty quickly. I think.
All right.
I guess.
Yeah. I'll give my thoughts on it. In my opinion, with this trade, both teams, it's a lose-lose trade in my eyes. For one thing, I just want to go to the Wizards' perspective on this. Yo, this is a horrible mismanaging on like your biggest resource, right? Bradley Beal, he was playing at all-star level for the past 4 or 5 years, and then I believe last offseason or the offseason before, if I'm correct, you give him this big supermax deal. He's a top 5 highest paid player in the league. You give him a
second highest paid player,
second highest paid player too, and you give him a no trade clause.
Only player in the league.
Yeah, right. As Matt said, the only player in the league. Bro, LeBron doesn't have that. Steph doesn't have that. All these other superstars in the league, they don't have that. And you give it to Bradley Beal when you never had the roster to compete for a championship in the first place. So you do that, right? And then you basically handicapped yourself to where, oh, if we were to trade him, we get nothing in return. And so you trade away your best player for basically an expiring contract who they might buy out Chris Paul's deal as well in this offseason. Who knows? And some seconds, Takis, coupon on the side, basically nothing.
No, I agree, and that's one of the things that like we heard right after the trade was that other teams were willing to give them like first round picks. I think Miami was willing to include 2 first round picks, but because Bradley Beal didn't waive that no trade clause, like he only waived his no trade clause to the Phoenix Suns. And as we know, Phoenix literally sent all their first round picks to Brooklyn. And it's like they kind of handicapped themselves into being into a bad position. But I will say, if we did learn something about the Wizards, it's that they like their second round picks. They got what 5 of them for Rui Hachimura, and now they got a handful more. Like,
oh, they messed
might
up
be
the House
decent.
Score deal too,
yeah.
bro.
You know, as a wise Matt Kishinevsky once said, the Wizards have been a consistent play-in range team for like the past decade. Congratulations to the Wizards for being another consistent play-in team for the next decades to come.
No, they're taken out. They're taken out. Which
they're
sucks.
such a dysfunctional organization that they couldn't even figure out that they were supposed to tank last season.
Bro,
They didn't even realize that they're supposed to do it last year.
Thank you, Danny. Bro, like
you missed out on Wemby. Listen to how many like prospects they've missed out just by not tanking. Cade, Jalen Green. Okay, that was 2 years ago.
Jalen Green is maybe they dodged a bullet.
Maybe, but who knows? He could still be a decent player. I don't think so, but the potential's there. I see it, right? Then last year's draft, they missed out on Paulo and on Chet, right? Then they're gonna miss out on Wemby, Scoot, and maybe Brandon Miller if that thug gets his act right. Who knows, right? But they missed out on all of those players because they didn't tank. Now they decide, okay, let's trade Bradley Beal. Let's start fresh. We'll do a sign and trade with Porzingis. We'll let Kuzma probably end up walking. And now you're going to rebuild. Now you're going to restart.
I don't know. And even when they do get high draft picks, they usually mess it up. They're a horrible drafting team.
Yeah, a horrible drafting team.
They've drafted role players with like their top 10 picks every single
Wasn't Johnny Davis in the G League for majority of the season?
And he was picked 10. He was picked 10th in last year's draft.
He was picked 10. They took Corey Kispert 10. Danny Avdija I like, but they literally don't give him minutes.
They don't utilize him at all, too. Rui, he was picked 9. Troy Brown, pick 15. Otto Porter.
Danny, y'all taking all of the Wizards picks.
They got Otto Porter with the 3rd pick in 2013. Jan Vesley, y'all know who he is, but he was picked 6 back in 2011.
Broadcast boy screaming, who?
Who?
Literally the only picks over the past decade that the Wizards got that have been worth a damn, been star players, have been Beal and John Wall, and they're both gone.
Yeah. Terrible franchise, man.
They might be one of the worst drafting teams in the NBA. Not might be. They are one of the worst, but they might be the worst. I can't think of too many other teams that draft.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
Charlotte. Outside of
Bro, now
LaMelo, they
that
haven't hit
Yeah, I was
a
about to
single
say, at
one.
least Charlotte drafted.
Now that yellow-eyed fool is gone, they're gonna make some better decisions.
You said yellow-eyed fool, bro.
I promise you, they're gonna make some better decisions now. They're gonna pick Scoot too. Watch.
But are you saying Jordan ran from the grind as an owner?
Yeah.
Nah, Jordan, he's a legendary Hall of Fame, arguably the GOAT basketball player, but that man does not belong in the front office.
Boy stinks. That boy stunk, man.
But I heard J. Cole was part of the.
He's part of the new minority ownership group.
Yeah, he is.
That's cool. It's in Charlotte too. That's pretty cool. I mess with that.
Yeah, it's dope.
But back to this trade. Does this make Suns favorites? Does this make them contenders? Does this make them worse? What do you guys think?
Hell no, bro.
Denver's all that to beat the Nuggets? That's crazy.
Denver's still the team to beat. From a whole roster perspective, like when it comes down to the starting five, depth, coaching, like Denver has that. They have that even with this Beal trade that Phoenix did.
No, for sure. I'm just interested to see what the Phoenix Suns like free agency period looks like, because obviously we don't got to worry about the draft for them because they don't got any picks, and then it's like come free agency, it's like you can offer minimums and that's about it. Dibo, do you still got that list?
The list
of players that they could potentially go after?
Shoot, let me go.
I can check chat. I think it might have expired. I can't lie.
I think I mentioned names like Pat Bev, Troy Brown,
Javonte Green.
Yeah, Javonte Green, Danny Green.
Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look great. It just doesn't look great for them. I don't know. But I mean, how many? There's not even like a lot of free agents in this free agency class that are like the older veteran type guys that would want to just go ring chasing. Like that's not really what this free agency class is. It's more just like middle tier players who are kind of finishing their first or second contract who are still looking for a bag.
That's true. I don't know how Phoenix is gonna do it. This move in general just reeks of Matt Ishbia being like, hey man, I just got here. I paid a ton of money. The team, we still there. We just made a move at the trade deadline to get KD. And so what else can we do, man? Let's get another big name in. We forming a big three. And we're going to try to compete for a championship.
Forming a big three and nothing else. That's it.
And you got to suit up, bro. You playing big. You getting 20 minutes a night, man.
Promise. Yeah, for real.
Hey, Owen would get out-rebounded by me, though. And he knows that's true.
Oh, is that right?
Are you going to disagree?
I am going to disagree, bro. Bro, you grab like 3 boards and then start talking crazy.
But all 3 of them are on you.
And how many do I grab on you? What?
Nah. You're so lucky Austin isn't here. Austin would vouch for me right now.
I highly doubt that.
No, come on, man. Come on. You know, on the court, I do one of 2 things. Brick and get rebounds.
I was going to say you do one of 1 things. Defense.
Play defense?
Yeah. All right, let's keep it going.
Right,
little irrelevant spiel.
All right. So, final thoughts on this trade? Bradley Beal going to Phoenix?
I'm going to give it a C-.
I'm going to give it...
For who?
I'm going to give it a C.
Both teams.
Oh, for both teams?
So it's an overall C-.
Okay.
I actually think that's fair. I think I might agree with that. I would probably go D+ for the Suns just because you did get Bradley Beal, but I think you could have utilized Chris Paul's value and you could have utilized DeAndre Ayton's value to get rotational pieces that would have fit better. So I think that they kind of mismanaged their assets. So I would give it a D+ there. And then if we're going back 2 years to when Bradley Beal signed this contract, I'd give it like a D- for the Wizards, but I'll give him a C-.
All right. For me, I give Phoenix a C-. The actual trade at face value is a steal To be honest, you basically traded nothing to get a top 30 player in the league, like Danny said. But from a roster building perspective, it just puts your team at such like a huge disadvantage of bringing in like role players, key guys throughout your bench to contribute for an 82 game season plus the postseason as well. So I don't like that trade for Phoenix. And as for the Wizards, F minus, F minus. Y'all horribly ran organization. I do not know what you guys been doing the past 5-6 years. You guys are picking like legit the worst time to tank when Wemby was just on the draft board. You don't go to the Spurs and y'all picking like I don't know where, but not where y'all getting like a top three pick. So horrible move in general. Denny Advia, I'm happy for him. He's got a breakout year, but for the Wizards, man, y'all stink.
Don't worry, they're in the Bronny James sweepstakes now.
Bro. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, they're just tanking so they can get Bronny, so they can get Braun too.
Dude, literally, like the last time the Wizards were like actually a contending organization was the 70s.
Yeah. I mean, they had the years where like John Wall and the young Bradley Beal when John Wall was still in his prime, but they never made it past the second round.
Well, they weren't actual contending teams, man. They weren't.
They were fun to watch though. That was like one of my favorite teams to watch back in the day. John Wall was elite. He made Marcin Gortat look like one of the best bigs in the league.
Marcin Gortat was solid though. He was a solid big.
Marcin Gortat without John Wall is not solid though.
Oh, you don't know.
It's like Russ. If a center plays with Russ, that center instantly gets his stats inflated. He instantly becomes a pick and roll threat, and it's just because he plays with an elite point guard. Same with Chris Paul, right? That's what John Wall did for Marcin Gortat.
We really talking about Marcin Gortat. Shout out him though. Hope he's doing well, but
I do too. I wonder what he's up to now.
Yeah, probably farming in his home country.
Rumor on the street said he was there with Jokic at the horse racing event.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
That's my guy, bro.
Hey, that cut was nasty though. I did not like the mohawk. That was a nasty cut.
Facts.
But let's go to the next segment, man. The next one. And we are going to talk about Mr. Ja Morant. Quick recap from the whole situation. Of course, June 16th, Adam Silver laid down the hammer on Mr. Morant, and as of that, he was suspended 25 games for, of course, multiple violations with the guns, the blicky, the stick, the pole, the blammo. You said what?
Nah, hold on. Since when did the stick become something? That's the second time I've heard it now.
The stick?
I've never heard people say the stick before.
You ain't never heard the stick before? Bro.
Really?
You ain't never heard the stick.
No, I've never heard of the stick because it's not gonna stick. It's a horrible name.
Then what do you call a gun? How do you call a gun?
The piece? The Glock?
Oh, nah. You call stick way better.
I thought bro was about to say a firearm.
A firearm is better.
Stick way better. But yeah, as I was saying, he got 25 games and he will fulfill a league sponsored program that will address the things he did over the past few months. So with that being said, how do you guys feel about that? And should Ja deserve to get more or less games for his suspension?
I actually thought Adam Silver cooked on this one. I really did. I thought that this was the perfect amount for two different reasons. One, how many games was it? It was 25, 26?
25.
25. So next year they have the eligibility requirements for All NBA, where you have to play a certain number of games. And if Ja's missing this 25 games, he's not going to make All NBA, which means he's not eligible for the Supermax. So I think that that's a huge thing that Adam Silver kind of incentivized him and like kind of punished him, because now I think it's reported that he makes like 50 million less. But the flip side of that I like is like, you're not punishing the Memphis Grizzlies, right? Because if Ja misses half of the season, then the Memphis Grizzlies are messed up. They're not going to have the chemistry in time for playoffs, and we're not going to be able to watch the best basketball as basketball fans. And so if you punish Ja for the 25 games, then one, you only punish Ja because it's hurting his bag, which at the end of the day, we can agree or disagree. I personally find it fine. And then on the other side, you're not hurting the Grizzlies because I think 60, 55 games of Ja is enough for them to build that chemistry and momentum towards playoffs.
Owen, your thoughts?
So Matt, I agree with a lot of what you said, but that being said, I think Ja pretty much just got a slap on the wrist.
50
And-
mil a slap on the wrist?
Yeah, I do think that's it. You violate your contract with the NBA more than one time. I think there should have been a bigger penalty from the get go. But now he's done it multiple times. He's proven that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, Owen. I agree with you 100%.
Facts.
Right? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Was it okay? I was lagging a little bit.
We lost you. We lost you when you were saying he deserves more games, and then we couldn't hear your why.
Yeah, so I think he deserves more games because of the fact that did y'all hear how I talked about the fact that he's done it multiple times? He's a repeat offender.
Ish.
So you do it more than one time. That proves that you don't really care, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that happens, and you're like, oh, you're sitting there, and you're chilling, and you're like, oh, I got a little slap on the wrist. I can do it again, no issue. That's not going to change, or it didn't change him once. You think this little 25 games? That's only 17 more games than he got originally. Do you think that's going to change him that much? His statement was almost a carbon copy of the statement he released after he got suspended for 8 games. I don't think he's changing a whole lot, which I think if you would have given maybe half the season, I think that could have been better.
I don't know, though. I mean, what's the difference between 44 and 25 games, though, or 42 and 25 games, though? Like, I understand he's missing like 20 more games, but is there really that much of a difference what goes on in Ja's mind? Because 45 or 25, he's still getting the 50 million off.
Yeah, but the difference is now the Memphis is going to suck.
No,
they're not going to. No, I know, and they obviously have a good record when Tyus Jones is there. But they're not going to – if Ja's going to be their starting guy moving forward, they're not going to have built that, like you said, that chemistry. So it comes into the fact that they're going to get Ja back. If they were to suspend him longer, they were going to get Ja back. They're only going to have half the season to work out the kinks with him in the starting lineup opposed to Tyus Jones. And that's going to just be an overall penalty to hopefully make Ja realize that, dang, I need to tighten up if I want to go somewhere.
That's my thing. That's the reason I liked it. Like, I understand where you're coming from, and you're saying, like, if Ja gets suspended for 40 games, then the Memphis Grizzlies won't be able to build momentum or chemistry in time. And then basically this year's a wash. But me personally, I don't like that. Like, I understand Ja has made his mistakes, but I don't think Desmond Bane should have to pay for that. I don't think Taylor Jacobs, who's one of the best coaches in the league, should have to pay for that. Like, as far as we know, and as far as everything has come out, like, no players 2 through 12 were not at a club in Denver. Players 2 through 12 are not on their stories posting guns. So, like, I understand you want to penalize Ja, but I think you have to find a balance so you don't penalize the rest of the team who have acted completely normal and completely fine during this like crazy time.
All right, but hear me out though. You have that, and that's
boy. I know.
And we got 2 people, not one, but 2 people with horrible Wi-Fi today, man.
Yeah, but I don't know what's up. But no, what I was gonna say was that you think from a franchise position, I think his teammates and coaches would rather see Ja become a better version of himself moving forward than short-term success that might not even lead to a whole lot.
But that's my question then. Is like, does the 44 games really guarantee long-term success over the 25?
I think it could, because if you're penalizing, okay, from Ja's, you gotta step into Ja's shoes here. You're penalizing him, but in turn, that's penalizing the team. Hopefully,
Right.
that's like, oh shit, I fucked up, you know. Like I don't want to see my boys have to suffer through this with me if I do it again, you know.
Well, clearly he does not care about that.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you would have given them a longer one, they would have suffered a lot more than they have in previous instances.
I don't know. I mean, but that's my thing though. Like, I think that the Grizzlies could have beat the Lakers this season, but one they had all like the shenanigans going on midseason, and then they didn't get the chemistry to build up, and so as a 2 seed, they lost to the 7 seed in the first round in 6. Pretty like all the games that they lost were by blowouts, except for the one in overtime where LeBron went crazy. And it's like right after the offseason, then the second instance happened on the IG Live, and it's like if that doesn't change you, then like what's supposed to change you? Because they already had an early first round exit. They already had an early first round exit.
That's true.
They already had an early first round exit. So I'm saying another early first round exit. We don't know if that's going to mean anything. But what I am saying is like the 25. At least look, Ja has Nike. I think already said they pulled away his shoe, and now he's losing $50 million. Ja literally said like a month or two ago, "Oh, I want to be a billionaire by the time I'm 30." All this stuff is not helping it. None of this is helping that. So it's like if he really wants that, if he really wants to have the generational wealth, like I don't know what needs to happen, but something's got to happen.
That's the thing, but it's playing on how hypothetical. Does he really want that, or is he just talking? Whereas you give him a longer suspension, I think that's a more surefire way to make him realize that I can't do this again. I can't go through
what do you
this
think?
again.
We haven't heard your thoughts.
I just want to let y'all talk for a minute here. It was a very interesting conversation, but
I know, but I'm interested to get your perspective on it.
Right. So, with the amount of games that Ja got suspended, start off there. I think, and wait. So initially, I was like, he should have got like half the season, 41 games, but I looked more deeper into it, with the NBA suspension history over the years. And I found out the fact that there have been only 5 guys that were suspended more than around like 40 or more games. So I'm gonna list the names real quick and tell you guys like what they did. So Javaris Crittenton got 38. Guberinas got 50 games. For what they did in the locker room. Moving on. At 3, Latrell Sprewell, he got 68 games for choking out head coach of the Warriors at the time, PJ Carlesimo, during practice, and hitting an assistant coach as well. Number 2, Ron Artest got suspended for 86 games for, of course, some mouse at the Palace, and that whole thing that went down. And at number 1, OJ Mayo got suspended for basically 2 seasons for drug violations as well. So with that being said, I think you're going to say something, man?
I was going to say this. When was the latest suspension? Like, which one was the most recent suspension?
I think the most recent one I can remember is Aiden for his drug use.
But Aiden only got like 20-something games, right?
Oh, yeah. Did Miles Bridges
that's what I was going to say is Adam Silver became commissioner in 2014, and like I think that this is the most he's ever punished somebody. I think that 25 is the most games he's ever suspended somebody. I might be wrong.
Well, Donald Sterling too as well. He gave him the lifetime ban.
When Donald Sterling was whipping out some punishment, but Donald Sterling would have gave Ja the 41.
Yeah. Okay, so Miles Bridges, I do remember. This April this year, Silver gave Bridges 30 games for his domestic violence incident.
And that was like an actual crime. That was like some brutal stuff.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, right, for the amount of games he got, for the stuff he did that technically wasn't a crime, I believe with Memphis, their gun laws, it's open carry, so he didn't commit any federal issues. He didn't have anything with the law and stuff like that. So I thought that in of itself was okay. I thought that was the first suspension. Of course, with the All NBA scenario, he does get to lose millions of dollars, which the average person can say, "Oh, well, the man already getting paid like what, 9 figures? Yo, you're already multimillionaire, bro. Money's still money. 60 mil is still 60 mil, man, for anybody. So I do agree with that part as well. I'm just looking at Ja himself in the situation, um, with his camp and the video he put out about him use like with the gun and like how he was trying to like hold it to the candle. Did you guys see that video?
No.
Okay, yeah. So it was him, right? And he didn't show his face in it, but you could clearly tell from his tattoos and like his voice when talking that it was him. And so what he did was that he held the gun to like an unlit candle, and then he lit the gun with the candle to prove that was like a fake.
Oh. I don't know. I don't really believe that fake gun story, if I'm being honest. Like,
No, that's
because
stupid.
because literally, like, Ja had the second incident happen on the IG Live, right? He comes out the next day and apologizes, issues a huge statement. What, like a month or two go by, and then all of a sudden we hear it's a toy gun? Like, like if it was a toy gun, why would you not say that from the beginning?
Yeah,
Like, why
it's
do you
like
let all the
that's
why do you let all that uncertainty? Why do you let all
that's
that commotion
yeah.
arise? And then you stay silent, and then a week before Adam Silver is supposed to make the decision, then you want to release that.
Yeah, that's just like what's his legal team supposed to do, you know? Like that's just like their last ditch effort. You know, you could easily and it doesn't his boy on the IG Live who was hosting the IG Live, he knew right away when he panned the camera to Ja to turn it right back. He's like, "Oh shit." So I didn't mean to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, facts.
If that was a toy gun, it would have panned over and Ja could have been like, "Oh, look, see here? It's not real."
Yeah. No, I
But the
agree.
way
I
he was
agree. It's
toting it and everything, it's definitely not. I don't buy that story one bit.
Dibo, I also like I kind of disagreed on one thing you said, which was or here, how about this? Let me restart. I agree that it's not illegal for Ja to like have a gun because it isn't. You have a Second Amendment right. Memphis, as you said, is an open carry state. But what I will say is kind of what Charles Barkley alluded to, which was when you're a star, especially the caliber of of Ja Morant, and you get this brand new shoe deal, and you're supposed to be the face of the league to come. You're this high flying guy. Like there are rules and regulations that apply to you that don't apply to the normal person. And it's why LeBron has had so much success. It's why Steph Curry has had so much success in the NBA. It's because these guys are high, like value, high character guys who they've been in the spotlight, for the last, LeBron's been in the spotlight for the last 20, 25 years and nothing bad has come up with him.
Yes, Jules. Delonte
Okay.
West.
Well,
Elizabeth.
Delonte West was a wild situation, but that wasn't even him. That wasn't even him. That was just his mom. But like with Ja, like this is like literally him physically doing it, not once, not twice, not three times, maybe 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, and I do agree with you on that part. As Ja's status, as it is, he's one of the biggest stars in the league, one of the most marketed stars in the league. A lot of kids they look up to him as a character and even like as a role model for them to potentially get into the league. With basketball and the whole sport, and so I do agree with you on his mistakes in the past, right? And him being better as a person. I do agree with you with that on that part.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know though. It's like I remember not even 5 months ago, we were talking about like the Memphis Grizzlies in the conversation with like the best young cores. And now it just seems like they have more question marks than answers.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
I mean, you really do hate to see it for the city of Memphis and the team, man, because obviously they're one of the teams that's never won a championship, and this is just another setback that they have to go through. Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, and um it's also like very untypical of Memphis because you think back like at least as long as we've been alive, they had like the Mike Conley, Marcus Gasol days where
Great Brian.
they were one of the best cultures in the NBA. Then they kind of hit a rebuild. They had like the David Fizdale years, and then they finally had Taylor Jenkins, and they were starting to turn it around with like Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson, John Morant, and it was like, oh, like this culture one has shown to just be a good culture, but two, it's also shown to develop players and like build them up. And then now we're seeing, oh, the Dylan Brooks shenanigans went on, and now like this John Morant stuff, and it's kind of like now Memphis and their coaching staff and all this stuff is getting like what I believe is unwarranted concerns and consequences.
For sure. it's a really just a shitty situation. You can't really put it any more than that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, we ready for rumors?
Hold up, bro. I got some off scripted things. This wasn't in the original plan, but according to Mariah Mills, Zion, that situation, she has like sex tapes that she's planning to release soon.
Oh hell no! What?
She released pictures of wire transfers. So I mean, we came on here last week and not last week, 2 weeks ago. It was me and Dibo only, and we were kind of talking like, hopefully it's not true. And just because the worst thing in that situation, the worst thing, the person that's hurt the most is the kid. We were hoping that's not true, but it's like, if she's sending wire transfers, she's posting text, like, it's not looking good. It's not looking
I'm
good.
sorry, but if I'm Zion with his PR team and with his agents, his lawyers, bro, I'm dropping the hammer on her, bro. I'm dropping the hammer. This
pulling out
is
some
like
legal
legit
action.
He
harassment.
hasn't made any public statements since.
But still, it's harassment, and this is embarrassing for her as well because she's like what, a decade, like over a decade older than him too. She's in her like what, early mid 30s, man, and you're having these like tirades, these tantrums on social media, like exposing this man for what? For what? What is she getting off this except for clout, which nobody cares about her at this point.
Revenge.
That too.
That's probably it. I mean, I don't know. I bet she's
No,
doing numbers, bro. She's doing numbers on Twitter. Her OF is probably going crazy.
Yeah. I personally wouldn't pay for that.
Oh, bro, if you're paying, you're kind of down bad. Let's be real.
You need God in your life. If you're paying for chicks OnlyFans, in my humble opinion, you can look at a ton of that stuff like for free on the internet. So you don't need to pay like what, $15 a month for like one chick's leaked nudes. So I wouldn't.
Especially when she has them for free on the internet.
Yeah. She was in the adult film industry for like a minute too, so you don't need all that.
But speaking about Zion, one of the rumors was that like the Pelicans were extremely interested in Scoot, and that there were rumors that we might deal Zion for a number 2 and number 3 overall pick. In which this is the craziest part that I heard. The Charlotte Hornets were reported to rather have Brandon Ingram than Zion Williamson. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's the right decision? Do you think that's good GMing, or do you think that they're tripping?
Wait.
Would you rather have Brandon Ingram or Zion, basically?
Start, bro. For the Trailblazers?
Trailblazers or Hornets? This was the Hornets because they wanted the number 2 pick for Scoot.
Oh, for the Hornets.
And the Hornets were the ones that said they want to be
Shoot. Zion, no. LaMelo and Zion in Charlotte.
I would 100% take Zion.
I would too.
You might have some fun with that. I'm not gonna lie.
I would too. I was really surprised. Like, I understand that Zion's health is like is a concern, but it's not like BI is a pillar of health himself.
Yeah, wasn't there like a story that came out that his teammates are showing like they're getting pissed off with Brandon Ingram's unwillingness to play through small injuries, like slight discomforts.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think that's what I heard.
About that.
And yeah, and that could be showing because I mean he didn't play a whole lot of games last season.
True, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
It's just interesting though.
My fault.
Like, I don't know. I think Zion and LaMelo, that'd be like just highlights on highlights.
On the fast break too?
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, you've already seen it with Miles Bridges.
Bro.
That boy can jump too.
And Miles Bridges had his best year too with LaMelo.
Sure did.
Right. Yeah, Zion was averaging what, like 27 on like 60% from the field with no real point guard, with no real playmaker. Mm-hmm. Like, imagine him with LaMelo setting him up.
That would be deadly. As your duo in the East, that would be deadly. All you gotta do is build around them. But I don't know about this whole Zion thing, man. I think like at like in all the end of this, he's gonna stay in New Orleans for what 1-2 more years, and then we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, with like all the trade rumors going around him and with all these other teams, I think it's just smoke in the air. It's just smoke.
Yeah. The report was from Shams, and it basically just said Hornets prefer Brandon Ingram over Zion in a potential trade involving number 2 pick.
Yeah.
And Shams is a reliable source.
Okay, did y'all hear about the potential like the Zion could go to Portland?
Yeah, Portland said that they would prefer Zion over Ingram.
Yeah, I think Portland's smart. I would kill for a Dame and Zion duo. Oh my god.
The thing is, but the thing is, how would that trade work? Bringing Zion
I don't know.
to Portland? So you'd have to trade away the 3rd pick. And
you would. Well, that's what the package would be centered around.
Right, you have to trade you have to trade away Anthony Simons as well. Maybe Shadon Sharp?
No.
I think
Anthony number 3 is the most that New Orleans is getting. I would not trade Shadon Sharp. I think Shadon Sharp has a lot of potential.
The boy got bunnies.
He has a higher ceiling than Simons.
For sure. But I don't know. Portland, we'll talk about them, but for New Orleans, it's like, what are they seeing in Scoot that tells them that he's already better than Zion or Brandon Ingram?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you guys see that in Scoot? I think Scoot should go number 2. I think he's the second best player in the draft.
Yeah. With Scoot, I initially was worried about the fit in Charlotte with him and LaMelo as your starting backcourt, but the more I think of it, and with what recent history tells us, that you should take the best available player, especially with the top 3, top 5 pick. I think they should go with the Scoot over Brandon Miller.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all.
I won't mind it. Let's get into the rumors. Biggest one came out today it's not even a rumor, it's a fact. But Draymond Green opt out of his last year. I was relatively unsurprised by this. What about you guys?
I'm not surprised with that as well. I think Green, he has publicly stated that he'd do anything to help the Warriors get back to being serious contenders. So I was surprised at the move at all.
Owen?
So I'm not gonna lie, I was lagging a bit there. Talk to me again. What was it?
Oh, you're all good. We were talking about Draymond opting out. Were you surprised by it or not?
A little bit surprised, but does that mean I think he's going anywhere? Absolutely not. I think he's doing that as a way to like keep the Warriors front office engaged in their championship window that I think is very well still alive. I think he's doing that as like, hey, listen, we gotta keep this team going strong for as long as we can. Otherwise, I might leave. And I think
I agree. I also think that this is Draymond basically. My bad. But I also think that this is Draymond being like, this is probably my last chance to make big money on a big long-term contract, so I might as well cash in and secure that money while I can. Because,
No, you go, man. You go.
Well, I just think that, Draymond, when he was on JJ Redick's podcast, he's talked about like being on like a prove-it deal, basically where he has like 1 year left on his contract and he's not wrapped up, and the worries about, if I have a bad year, if we don't make the playoffs or we're bounced early again, if I God forbid I get injured, and it's like, why take all those chances when you can opt out and get a long-term deal with a long-term bag, especially as he's creeping up in age.
Yeah, Draymond's getting old, man.
He has that little gray on his beard.
Yeah.
It's like LeBron.
But he's like 33.
Yeah, I think so.
Around that age.
Yeah.
And as I'm saying this right, would you really give Draymond $20 million plus a year at his age and his ability
Not for
Hell
any
no.
team but the Warriors.
with his offensive limitations. But yeah, even if you're the Warriors, right? Like you're already backed up on cap anyway, too, with Steph, his contract, Clay. You just gave Clay a big money deal too. Wiggins got his contract, and I'm not sure Jordan Poole is gonna stay with that team this offseason too. So
He getting traded.
I hope so, dude.
His ass getting moved with Jonathan Kuminga too.
right.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, so as I was saying, like they don't got the
Charlotte.
money to give Draymond that that big deal he could possibly want from your perspective.
I could see him going. I actually really like the idea of him in Portland because then it's kind of like it's a similar thing with at least the shooting of Dame. Now, obviously, Portland and Chauncey do not have as good of a system, and Dame kind of hasn't shown the off-ball ability of Steph, so that's a bit iffy. But I also kind of like the fit with the Mavericks and the Pistons if he wants to go back to Michigan where he played college. But I mean, I really don't think Draymond's leaving San Fran.
That's true. I don't know about either of those teams too. With the Mavs, they already have two ball dominant players as well, Luka and Kyrie. Well,
If he resigns,
yeah, if he resigns, and so if you have those two, and add that alongside Draymond, who he needs the ball, especially on offense, to be dominant as well, and so you have those three guys that need the ball on offense to overall cook, then I don't think that worked well schematically. And then for Detroit, I don't know how they gonna work out their bigs, man. They got like
culture. It's just for the culture.
For a Colt, but still they got Marvin Bagley, James Wiseman, Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren. They got all these bigs, right?
Isaiah Stewart wants to be a Celtic, Dibo.
I take Isaiah Stewart.
Will you do Isaiah Stewart for Grant Williams?
Yeah, like a sign and trade. Yeah, I do it.
That's when Dibo hates Grant Williams.
I'm saying, bro.
Bro, Grant Williams Grant Williams wants a bag, bro. We're not giving him that bag.
Yeah, he's smoking dick.
He
I tell you
wants
what.
like 13 a year.
I'm not giving Grant Williams that much money.
Well, isn't Isaiah Stewart making like 10?
I'd rather give Isaiah Stewart that much money than Grant Williams.
Nah. Isaiah Stewart started spacing the floor though. He did. He is capable of
all I'm
three,
saying is,
but I don't know. I think if the Warriors make an offer for Draymond, I don't see him turning it down. He's publicly went on his podcast and said how he wants to run it back, how he thinks that the team might have maxed out last season, but he doesn't think that the core has of him, Steph, Clay, and Wiggins. But I think I don't know. Do you think that Draymond kind of wants to see some moves done to the Golden State Warriors before he resigns? Whether it is trading Jordan Poole or Kuminga?
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What I was saying, like he's trying to incentivize them to start like let's go, pick up the pace. But we only got so much more time with our core.
Yeah.
And I could see Draymond. He's like the heart of that. He's not the best player, but he's the heart of the team, right? I could see him being the one to take like that. I wouldn't call it a gamble, but to like just be like the scapegoat as opposed to like Steph and Clay.
Yeah, but I do agree with what JJ said. If they lose Draymond Green, their championship aspirations are over for me.
They're toast. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. This man JJ Redick.
You know. Hey, ball, Owen.
All right. What do we got next?
All right, next rumor. The Bulls would be focused on getting a good young player, multiple first-round picks, and salary filler if they decide to trade Zach LaVine. One, I think it's finally time for the Bulls to blow it up. Two, I don't know what team is trading for Zach LaVine. Maybe the Heat, because I don't think they're going to get Damian Lillard.
No, they're not going to get Damian Lillard. They already swung on Bradley Beal, so I think that would be the next option, relatively speaking.
If you're the Heat, are you giving up a first in Tyler Hero for Zach LaVine?
Yes.
Oh, I would 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a no-brainer to me. Matt, what about? Do you think he could go to the Knicks?
No, I don't want him. I just think that a backcourt of Zach LaVine and Jalen Brunson aren't defending a lot, they're not going to stop a lot of people. But I also think like a player like Zach LaVine, I think that teams interested in the Zach LaVine sweepstakes should be one piece away. Unless the piece is Joel Embiid or some player of the caliber of that, the Knicks are not one piece away. Whereas the Heat are one piece away. We just saw them in the finals.
Would Joel Embiid really make them one piece away though? His playoff flop.
I don't know. I mean, we just saw Jalen Brunson doing, and then RJ's progression since he's changed his shot form. Joel Embiid and Jalen Brunson would have a nice pick and roll. I would welcome it. Quentin Grimes too. I think we might be one piece away, if that piece is a top 3 player in the world.
You think Joel Embiid would take y'all?
I think we would be. I don't know. I mean, obviously, we still would have to go through the Celtics and the Bucks. So it's like, I would say we would be a top 3 team in the East. I think we'd be like 3 though.
Okay, I don't hate it.
What?
I would put the Celtics and Bucks over us though.
Yeah, I would 100%. Those are the top 2.
But I think we'd be the 3rd best team in the East then.
Right.
Because the Sixers were the 3rd best team, but I think roster wise, if you take Joel Embiid off, I think we would have a better team than them. Jalen Brunson over Harden, Maxey over Grimes. I would take RJ over Tobias Harris.
Oh, I would, yeah.
Julius Randle would not be on our team. I would assume he would have to be the piece, but I mean, I'm fine giving up Julius Randle.
You got one playoff flopper for another one.
Plus, Tibbs is better than Doc.
Yeah,
very true. It's my Doc booty.
But going back
Doc
to
Rivers,
right? I'm looking at the landscape of the league right now, and I'm thinking about Brooklyn, Sacramento.
Brooklyn's incentivized to make a move because they don't own any of their first round picks.
I'm thinking like possibly that could be like a decent fit.
But what young piece are they giving up? Claxton? They're not giving up Mikal. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. Would you want to?
What about Cam Thomas?
Is he really though like a good young player?
What?
I think so.
Weren't you guys just praising him like a couple months back?
Cam Thomas literally had that crazy week where he dropped 40 and then was basically out of the rotation. So it's like I don't even know how to value Cam Thomas.
All right.
But I think that if at least this report, I think they're talking about a good young player as in Tyler Hero versus a Cam Thomas. That's why I think. I mean, I don't know. I think it would have to be Claxton. I don't think Claxton makes the money work though. I mean, Claxton and Day'Ron Sharp.
No,
I don't know.
Don't do that.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. The question would be: would you want Zach LaVine and Mikal together? I don't see that working. I don't see a world where that works.
I think it's kind of the same thing that I said. I think Zach LaVine is meant for like a team that's one move away or one piece away. I mean, I could see Philly because Philly, there was a report that they're expected to re-sign James Harden now. Like he's expected to come back. Would you do a Tyrese Maxey for Zach LaVine swap or not?
Nope.
I do like Tyrese Maxey a lot. I think Tyrese has so much potential.
Yeah. I would keep Tyrese, in my honest opinion.
What about would Cat? Is Cat? What about pick number 3 for if you're the Blazers? Would you do that deal if you're the Blazers?
I'm not doing that.
I wouldn't do that.
Damon and LaVine backcourt would be horrible.
It seems like the CJ Dane.
Exactly. That was literally what I was about to say.
But Portland could do that too, because with how Portland is.
What about somehow on the Kings, like Davion Mitchell, Malik Monk? Maybe I don't know.
I don't think the Kings need anything. That's the thing. I think the Kings have a good core. I just think they need some more experience.
More experience, bro. Their only young players are Davion Mitchell and Keegan Murray. Everybody else been in the league for a minute.
But
I'm talking
they
about
were just
playoff experience.
yeah. That was their first time. That was their first time in the playoffs.
I don't know, man.
Basically, like everybody, because Sabonis was in the playoffs, but he was in the bubble, so like I don't really count that.
Yeah, and Fox never been.
Fox
Harrison
never been.
Barnes, I guess, has been a couple
Kevin
times.
Herter. Kevin Herter's been.
Yeah,
Man, he wasn't good.
Has Malik Monk been? I don't think Malik Monk has been.
No, Malik Monk.
No, he wasn't.
I don't think the Lakers made the playoffs when he was there.
They didn't. That was the year they sucked.
So Malik Monk had a great playoff run though.
Yeah.
But
if I were the Kings, I don't know. Like they just need another scoring wing.
I know I would like them to get Bradley Beal
and Sabonis, but I don't know if they believe in Keegan Murray that much to take the leap next season. But I wouldn't count out them making a move for Zach LaVine.
I would. I like Keegan Murray a lot. I'm a big fan of him.
So I feel like the realistic option out of those two is them running the whole squad back and then hoping that Keegan Murray can take that next step as a player.
Yeah.
Dibo, this next rumor is for you. The Celtics do not intend to trade Jaylen Brown, and all signs continue to point toward Brown signing a 5-year, $295 million supermax extension with Boston.
God,
I don't like it.
So much money, bro.
I don't like it at all.
Why not?
Because he doesn't deserve that much money. Nearly $30 million a year for a non-superstar player with a limited offensive game. Who last series?
That man wants that back. That man's not taking less than the supermax.
I don't care. I'm not paying him that much money.
Is this a Bradley Beal type situation where the Wizards kind of got handicapped in the re-signing Bradley Beal? Is that the same?
No, because bro, we already got the squad to compete.
I think it's a move to re-sign Jaylen Brown.
Bro, just man, come on. I do not want that man. I'm sorry, like about that man's bag, but I don't want to see. I want to see that man touching $300 million on my team, bro. I don't want to see that. No,
I like it.
After what he did to the Heat, versus the Heat this series, no. The whole playoff run, basically, no. I don't want to see that. No.
Yeah, but he's the only reason y'all were competitive against the Warriors.
Competitive is so lost.
Yeah, but competitive is better than getting blown out.
I'm not saying, bro. He wasn't the only reason.
Not necessarily.
What? Huh?
Not necessarily. If you get blown out, then you're able to see that you need to make changes right away.
Bro,
if you get blown out, you're able to see you need to make changes right away. But blind faith, blind hope, seeing that you barely take a team to 6, can dismay you. And then you lose, and then you lose in 7, and you were down 3-0 to an 8 seed.
All right, let me say this, bro. If we were to give him that supermax with the new CBA coming in, we're fucked. It's over. We're so fucked, bro. Having Tatum and Brown with that much money, our top 2 guys, and then trying to rebuild the whole roster. Nah, it's not happening, bro. I don't want to. Nah, we can't let them get 30 mil, 300 mil.
I don't know. Celtics are my favorite to make it out of the East if they keep the same team. But you know who they really have to keep.
Who? We are not signing Grant Williams.
I'm glad I didn't even have to say it.
That man, he's getting a sign and trade, and then he's gonna get whatever money he wants.
Hey, what happened? What happened in the conference finals when you were down 3-0 and started playing number 12 more than 30 minutes again?
We still lost the series.
That's not what I asked. What happened? You won 3 of the last 4 games.
It doesn't matter. We still lost the series. Yo, this team has some of the strongest and weakest mentality I have ever seen from a team in my life. Bro, this whole entire postseason run made me dislike my love for the sport, man. This is horrible. Like, legit, every single series was a torture to my overall mental health, man. It was horrible. When we couldn't even beat the Hawks in like a sweeper 5, bro. We had to go to series. Cause
Yeah,
why?
y'all looked bad against the Hawks.
Cause why, bro? I don't know why. I should have known. We were gonna make it to the finals this year. Let alone win a championship this year. But you know why I had that belief? Because I got hope. I got faith. And you know what the Boston Celtics did? They ruined that hope and faith. They ruined it.
They ain't got that
I
dog
got
in them.
nothing, man. I got nothing. Zero. I got zero. I'm done, bro.
Damn, you going
Until
crazy.
October, I'm done.
My
Yo,
boy becoming a Nuggets
I'm
fan.
done. It's cooked, man. It's cooked. Bro, the Nuggets, bro, they're a side chick team. They're not the main chick team. Celtics will always be the main chick team. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So no, I'm not becoming a full-time Nuggets fan. No matter if they become a potential dynasty or not, I'm not gonna become a Nuggets fan.
So what do you want then? With Jaylen Brown? Do you want to trade him? Do you just want to sign him for less money or what?
No, we gonna trade him.
What are you getting for Dame? You're not getting Dame. Let's be honest.
Bro, we got the Trailblazers, bro. The package right there, the 3rd overall pick, and then
Dame said he don't want to leave.
Bro, no, we saying the 3rd overall pick in Simons, bro. We trading that, and then we gonna rebuild from there.
Nah, come on, bro.
I'm serious, bro. What
bro,
do you want
a contending team with Jason Tatum about to be in his prime, and you want to go to a young future?
Yeah, you're gonna take a gamble.
What else do you want us to do, man? I can't take another year if Jaylen Brown.
Bro, they're both relatively young. Both just entering their prime.
I can't do it, bro.
Boy.
No.
Bro, Dibo, hold up. This is why I cannot stand Celtics fans, bro. I'm sorry. But you guys have arguably the best young core in the league. Because, I mean, isn't Jokic getting close to 30? Isn't Jokic like 29?
Man, like 28, bro.
But, like, you guys have, like, what, a top 2, top 1 young core in the league. You got good rotational pieces around them. And you guys were in the finals last year, conference finals this year. And this dude is asking for basically a rebuild move.
Yeah, but boy's smoking dick.
Basically a rebuild move. Anthony Simons in the number 3 pick is a rebuild move for most teams. Is it not?
All right. Then what other teams should look to trade for Jaylen Brown?
I don't think you should trade him, bro. The grass is not always greener on the other side.
Oh my God. I don't want him on my team, especially with that amount of money. No,
the money is eye-opening. I do agree. The money is eye-opening, but
yeah, bro, about to get paid more than Nikola Jokic, the best player in the world.
The money is eye-opening. I do agree. The money is eye-opening, but I also think it's your best option.
Bro, we're so cooked, man.
When I look around the league, I don't see one. I don't see him taking less money than that, and 2, I don't see a better trade package available.
Yeah, it's not happening.
No, I don't want him on my bro. I don't want him.
Jaylen Brown or Zion?
I want Zion, man. Give me Zion. I want, bro. We'll give him the best trainers. We'll give him the best PR, the best lawyers to handle his mess, and we're gonna work with it, man. There's not a lot of fine chicks in Boston anyway. We're good with that. Okay, bro. It's not that big of a problem.
He's just like a Boston catching strays,
bro.
No fine chicks in Boston.
Bro, one bad playoff series has broke this man.
Bro, there's been multiple. It's been years of choking, years of failing to rise up in the big occasions, man. I'm done, bro.
Dibo,
I can't run it, bro. You can't run it back with the same team, bro. You can't.
Would you do a sign and trade with Dallas for Kyrie?
No.
Okay.
Kyrie ain't going back to Boston.
Kyrie not going back, bro.
That man will get booed.
The bridge been burned. The bridge been burned. No, do not. No, I don't want Kyrie, man.
All right.
That's too funny, bro.
Let's move on.
Jeez.
Let's move on to the other rumor. The Portland Trailblazers have discussed the possibility of trading for OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam, but remain uninterested in dealing pick number 3.
Portland is one of the worst ran franchises in the whole league. The fact that they are still keeping Dame over to potentially make a contending roster is complete BS. It's this is horrible. Just bite the bullet, man, and trade number 0. Your team sucks. You tried this year after year. Having a big three of Lillard, Jeremy Grant, and like Yusuf Nurkic. Who cares? Chauncey Billups. Well, how does that man? How does he have a job? In my opinion, I'm sorry. He's one of the worst coaches in the league by far. Your roster sucks. There's no wings, barely any wings. It's a weird timeline now where you guys still want to compete and contend in the Western Conference, but bro, how many teams are better than Portland right now? The Nuggets, Grizzlies, Kings,
like 12 of the 15 teams.
Phoenix, LA, Golden State, the Lakers, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, the Pelicans, the Mavs, the Jazz. Who else? The Rockets could be better as well. Even the Spurs of Wembanyama turns into like God himself. So you're still gonna be a bottom 3-4 team in this conference, regardless if you keep Dame or not. It's just stupid. It's over.
I agree.
It's just, bro. When McCollum got sent to New Orleans, they should have been like, "Hey man, we wrapping it up. Whole fire sale. Get rid of everybody. We gain the assets back." But no, we're gonna do the same thing to where Dame's like, "Oh, Damian Lillard, he might be requesting a trade real soon. He might, he has some teams on the list, so teams he wants to go to, and yet it doesn't happen because you know why? Because Portland's a horribly ran organization filled with people that don't believe in actual reality. They don't believe in the actual truth, and that's all I have to say about it. I hate talking about the Trailblazers.
I think you got it all off your chest.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, it's just they're like one of the most mid franchises, dude, and it sucks to say because Oregon's a cool state.
Yeah,
but
I do agree. I'm looking here. A lot of these are like weak ones. Like NBA insider names Caleb Martin as Miami Heat's best asset.
That's crazy.
That's horrible for trading. If Caleb,
bro, that sounds like you just got sacked, bro.
That's horrible.
People around NBA expect Raptors to run it back.
That is a horrible move. Masai Ujiri.
Hold on. There's a quote with this. It says, "The Raptors don't see themselves as all that inferior, if at all, to the Miami Heat, who have made the NBA Finals 2 of the last 4 seasons." That's their thinking. That's their rationale.
Okay. Masai Ujiri, what are you doing? What are you trying to cook? For over the past 3-4 seasons after the title win, they were the conference finals, the semifinals appearance in the bubble, missed the playoffs the year after, first round exits, and then this year you missed the play-in because of a screaming middle schooler.
Shout out DR DeRozan.
Shout out her. Why are we still running this roster back? We've seen a limit with this team. A lot of flaws on this roster. Van Vliet, I know he just declined his player option. He can't go back. He can't go back. Siakam, he's not number one. He's more of a Robin. He gotta be traded for some more assets. Gary Trent, my brother, you gotta go. You gotta leave. They traded a first for Jakob Poeltl, which completely stupid. Like you weren't even a contender to begin with, so you just trade away your first rounder for this year just to not make the actual playoffs. That was stupid in of itself. And so you look at this roster, right, and for their management team to still believe that they have a chance at competing in the whole league to compete at winning a title is complete. It's fantasy. It's completely. It's like no, it's not happening. So all you gotta do is face reality, bite the bullet, and just start over. It's cool.
No, yeah. I agree. This dates back to last year's trade deadline for me because Fred VanVleet, I feel like we all knew he was going to opt out and he was not going to be back just based off the year he was having and the rumors and stuff. The fact that there were rumors about LA wanting to send you the 2027 or 2029 pick and you didn't want to do that. There were reports that Memphis offered you 3 first-round picks for OG. There are reports that you got 3 first-round picks for Siakam, and it's like you took none of those. And instead, what you did was you bought at the deadline, and you bought to get Jakob Poeltl, and then not even win the first playoff game because you would have had to win 2 because you weren't even the top 8 seed. You were in the 9-10 range, and so to one lose in the play-in, and then you bought just literally to be in the lottery, and it's very idiotic. It's a rare Masai Ujiri because throughout his tenure in the NBA, he's been by far one of the best GMs, and so it's just it's not something you usually see, and it's kind of sad because Toronto was like not that long ago. Toronto was really looked at, especially when Scotty Barnes had his rookie season, like as like one of the more exciting young teams, and it's kind of fallen apart in front of us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they think because Scotty Barnes had a severe sophomore slump. I mean,
Rookie sophomore wall. Come on now.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. He turned into one of the worst back to the basket players. I think he is the worst back to the basket player with a minimum of like 100 something attempts. But you have that, and then
Yeah,
their
get him some
unwillingness.
spacing.
Yeah, but their unwillingness to also even listen to an offer for OG is crazy. Because there's many teams that are willing to pay pretty high dollar for him. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, they could get some good stuff for getting rid of a player that we've seen on a roster that hasn't worked. You know, it's unfortunate that they're kind of stubborn. You know,
And to say the least. I'm looking right now. I feel like this is a good place to end the episode. So I was looking for an icebreaker question, but I don't really got one unless you guys got one off the top of the dome.
Man, I thought you were getting your haircut.
I had to cancel, unfortunately, because you can tell. Look at this shit. Like, what the fuck is this?
That boy got like the rookie season Luka haircut.
I mean, I'm about to be MVP then.
Eastern European head ass.
I'm trying to think.
I have an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen a new Spider-Man movie?
Boy, that ain't no icebreaker. That's a straight no. That's a no. That's an icebreaker cannot be a yes or no question.
No.
I have not seen it.
No.
Yeah, y'all
Nor have I. Have you?
Go watch. I did. It was cinema. Go watch the movie. Go watch.
Was it good? Is it good?
Very good. It was cinema. Go watch the movie.
Was it better than the Spider-Verse?
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go watch the movie. You can
I'm
either go to your.
I'm not gonna watch.
You can either go to your local movie theater or watch on illegally online.
I watched the Guardians of the Galaxy recently though. That was actually a good movie. Okay. And that was like the first time I've ever seen a movie like that because I'm not really into the Marvel or Avengers or anything like that or that sphere.
Okay.
So, or Galaxy if you want to get like real punny.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. So what movies do y'all like to watch then? Let's go through both.
Comedy. I'm comedy.
Okay, I'm a comedy guy too. Action as well.
Action as well.
Movies too. Do y'all like?
I don't mind horror
movies. I don't like horror either.
What'd you say, Dibo?
Seth Rogen. Do you like his movies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look up some Seth Rogen movies to see if I've seen any.
There was one with was it 50 Year Virgin? Wasn't that? I'm not tripping.
The 40-year-old virgin?
40 some virgin movie, but like he was pretty good.
It's definitely 40-year-old virgin, yeah.
Yeah. It started Steve Carell. I ain't seen that one yet.
Steve Carell, that's who it was. I was trying to figure out. I was trying to think who the main actor was. I don't know though. Who's your favorite actor? My
favorite actor?
Yeah.
Right now, Michael B. Jordan. It's kind of a basic pick, but I'll go with him.
I don't mind that. That's a good pick.
That's a good one yet. I haven't seen any Seth Rogen movies.
Not even Superbad?
No, that's not on this list. I have seen Superbad.
That's a Seth Rogen movie.
But it's not on this list on IMDb.
Then screw IMDb. Then that's a Seth Rogen movie.
Hey, that's all right. Superbad's a funny ass movie. Have y'all seen American Pie?
I have seen American Pie.
I watched like the first season, right? It's a TV show, right? I'm not sure.
No, it's a movie.
Oh, fuck. Just
Bro,
kidding.
man, we should watch that shit sometime, dude. It's so funny.
Who's in it? Who's in it?
I don't even know, but it's just the funniest movie, bro.
Yeah, you gotta watch that movie.
That's a movie you have to watch for sure. You can't have like anybody spoil what it's about because it's completely fucking like haywire compared to the title.
All right. This is a decent icebreaker.
The ice been broken.
If you could
bro.
magically become fluent in any language, what would it be?
Yo, I'm about to end the episode, bro. Come on.
Russian, so I can talk to your mom.
God,
End the episode.
got him.
End the episode.
Got him.
End the episode.
Got
I don't think
him.
I'm equivalent to the base for that.
Oh man, got him. Hey, but as you were saying, man, I prefer to speak French.
The language of love?
Yes, sir.
You trying to take my pants off or what?
No, and my parents also speak French too. That's another reason.
Your parents speak French?
Yeah, that's
dope.
That's the main language in the Cameroon. So yeah, they do speak French.
I did not know that.
Nor did I.
No.
Nor did I.
The more you learn, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Give me Spanish, man. Give me Spanish. I think it's a basic answer, but I think it's the most practical just within our society.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Yeah, that's true.
The amount of like people that you would be able to like talk to that you wouldn't have been able to communicate with before, it's like basically doubling your like network.
Yeah.
Big time.
Also, I can like listen to soccer games. You know.
Oh, bro.
Actually hear what they talk about.
Hold up. We have to get this man Owen to start enjoying soccer, bro. He won't even.
Y'all need to start watching hockey, bro. It's the same sport but better.
No, it's not. It's not.
They're completely different sports,
bro. It's different.
The only difference is the way that the ball is moved.
Owen, when was the last time you watched a good, not MLS, like a good European soccer game? When was the last
I
time?
watched the UK-US game. And was that World Cup? Yeah, that's the only game I watched.
Bro, I cannot believe you didn't watch the final. The final was like one of the best.
You had to watch the final. You had to watch the final.
Bro, I was in school.
It was on a Sunday.
No, it was on break.
It was on a Sunday?
It was on a Sunday.
Shit.
It was also during a break, bro. I remember everybody was in town.
Swear.
Bro.
Yeah.
Swear.
It was on a Sunday.
Bro, because Devin and Stapley were in town.
Yeah.
2022 Cup final.
It was on a Sunday at like 8 in the morning, bro.
18th of December.
It was winter break.
Yeah.
You said 8 in the morning?
It was like 8, 9 in the morning.
Hell no.
Oh, it was the World Cup.
Bro, I'm passed out sleeping, bro. On winter break, bro, I'm passed out at that time.
What you doing late at night then?
Chilling, bro. Chilling with the bros.
Whatever, man.
Enjoying my life.
Low win.
Not watching soccer.
That's an L.
Low win.
That's an
it's
L.
Not.
Low win.
That's an L. We got to take him to a game somehow.
I've been to a soccer game, bro.
Not Raptors game, though.
The fuck game are we going to then?
We'll figure that out when we get there.
Yeah, that's just not happening, bro. If I'm spending money to go to a game out of state, it's gonna be a basketball game.
Nah, what we need to do is go to Miami, bro. Go to Miami. We can watch Inter Miami. They're about to get Busquets too.
Bro, every single ticket sold out, bro. You can't do that.
Bro, people are reselling them though.
You got $5K in your pocket. You want to pay?
They're not $5K
for a ticket?
They're not $5K.
Bro, I promise you.
They're like 300 top, which is kind of, bro. That's ridiculous for MLS. Can we be honest? When was the last time you heard of an MLS game selling out?
It's messy, bro.
It is messy.
MLS games do sell out. Now in Colorado, Of course,
Not
not
in
in Colorado, but for other states too. Atlanta
The
sells out.
sport is
I was
big,
about to
bro.
say
The Seattle,
Portland,
the Seattle Sounders, they sell out. I've actually
LAFC,
been to Sounders game as well. Yeah, LAFC too. Like, bro,
Revolution.
yeah, not New England, no. But there's some
Nah,
teams that actually sell out their games.
I thought New England was like number one.
Hell no, they're near the
Toronto? Does
bottom.
Toronto sell out?
They do sell out. They sell out their games.
That's fair. But I'm saying we go to Inter Miami game. We go to South Beach. We must, bro. I honestly would not spend money to watch the Heat. I really don't find the Heat that enjoyable to watch.
Bro, I'd so much rather go to like Tampa.
To do what?
Bro, Tampa is way better than Miami.
Nah, I've been to Tampa. Tampa wasn't it.
Bro, I've been to you. Did you go to Clearwater?
You gotta go to Tampa than Miami.
100%. Clearwater is the top 10 beach in the world, bro.
Well, Venice Beach. Wait.
In California?
Oh, no, I'm tweaking. But what's the beach called?
Now go to Clearwater Beach in Jamaica. That's the spot.
I've been there, man.
What's that one beach called in Miami, bro? I forgot.
South Beach?
South Beach, yeah, South Beach.
Yeah, South Beach doesn't even come close to Clearwater.
Bro, but you're not thinking about the bigger picture, man. Think about
what's the bigger picture, Debo?
Debo, I'm not sure I know.
You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm not sure I do. I'm thinking my mind's on going to Tampa.
Women, bro. Bro, it's South Beach.
Zion has entered the chat.
You compare South Beach to what, Clearwater? What that?
100%.
Where, bro?
Nah.
Bro?
Hey, that man Abdul met Antonio Brown in Tampa, so it might be worth it.
He probably lived in Tampa, bro. He did live in Tampa. What do you mean by that?
Bro, Abdul met him like a couple months ago.
Antonio Brown.
I was actually, bro. Abdul has no idea how good prime Antonio Brown was.
No.
That man was like maybe a top 3 receiver all time.
Bro was different, bro.
Bro was insane.
Oh yeah, about football. We talking about football soon.
No.
I don't know.
If we travel somewhere as a friend group, I would not. Are we really going to Tampa, bro?
100%. We go to Cancun, bro.
Bro, if we going to Florida, bro, we going to Miami and then maybe Orlando, but not Tampa.
Nah. Orlando's washed, bro.
How Orlando washed?
Orlando's washed, bro.
Orlando's low key, like, it's kind of mid.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got
when I went
out there, it's not hyped up to what it's supposed to be.
Well, it's different because like a lot of people, there's a big misconception with Orlando. People fail to realize where Orlando is. It's like inner Florida, like it's not. It's an hour away from any beach or the nearest beach, which is
Debo,
like Daytona Beach. Yeah, so I mean, you go to Orlando, you're going for like Disney and Universal. I mean, which is valid because that's where I went. But it was fun. But that's not. I wouldn't say that's a one like a destination trip if we're going as a friend group.
Bro, I would rather go to Seattle, honestly.
Seattle?
Bro, Seattle? I got a buddy who lives there, and I've been asking him because he recently moved there. He was telling me like the downtown, like the city's literally built on a forest. So like, he told me one day some of the best places to go hiking.
Drenched in rain?
Boy, we've been living in that for the last 2 months.
True. But
I don't want to live in that though. I don't want.
Bro, we're not gonna live there. We're gonna go on vacation. But I'm saying I heard some of the best trails. You guys know I like my hiking.
Nah, bro. Matt. But you know,
going hiking on a vacation?
Yeah,
that's like my dream.
Yeah, bro. Hiking's valid as fuck.
On a vacation though.
Bro, hiking's hiking is my favorite thing.
Bro.
No. You know where we should go? We should go to Lake Powell.
Where's that? I've heard of that. Where is that?
Bro, look up Lake Powell, bro. Lake now.
Powell. That sounds very familiar. Where is it?
Yeah, because it is. It's like Utah, Nevada.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of like, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lake Powell though? What's there to do other than like chill at the lake?
Bro, you rent a houseboat, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, you rent the houseboat and you can swim in the water and then you're around like a bunch of hikes too. That's for you, Matt.
No, I'd rather go Lake of the Ozark instead though.
Fuck no.
Lake of the Ozark, bro. I've gone there before. That place was lit. You could
It's not
literally.
like Powell.
It's further. It's further for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
You could
further,
road
but it
trip
might be
Lake
worth
Powell,
it.
bro. Nah, that would not.
How far is the drive to Lake Powell? Because we're not flying, bro.
It's probably like 12 hours.
That's not that bad.
All right.
I could make it.
Yo, we trying to wrap it up.
It's 12
Yeah.
hours, 59 minutes. Yeah, it's right on the Utah-Arizona border.
All right.
Okay. All right, bet.
Okay.
Bet.
Yeah,
Let's
that'd
wrap
be
it
dope
up.
as
Let's
fuck,
wrap it
dude.
up.
Yeah,
Dibo,
let's
let's get us out of here.
Do. With that being said, another podcast in the books. Again, thank y'all for the love and support. Our social medias with the handle at Lunchroom Debates. We're on IG, TikTok, and YouTube, growing rapidly day by day, and we can't thank y'all enough for that. So, with that being said, we're gonna head on out.
We enjoy the
keep showing
ride.
that love. Keep showing that love.
Yes,
course.
sir.
Yes,
Peace
yes.
out, y'all.
All right,
Peace.
gentlemen. Peace out, man.